The PlayStation 5 is going to have one hell of a launch lineup, quite possibly the best ever for PlayStation. Let's get into it.
Skip it up and that up.
So look, not just for Sony, but most console launches, minus some exceptions. You could think of Nintendo 64 had Mario 64, the SNES had Super Mario World, but those were different times. Most recent console launches of recent memory, usually there's no must-have games. A lot of times you have third-party games. You may get one or two first-party games from Sony, Microsoft, or Nintendo, and that's kind of it. Even the Switch, it launched with Zelda Breath of the Wild, which was a huge game to launch with, and it was very smart that Nintendo didn't just release Breath of the Wild for the Wii U, and they made it cross-gen and made it for the Wii U and Switch, but there wasn't a lot of games besides Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild when the Switch launched, but that's what happens when you launch a new console, usually. But this generation, the upcoming generation, I should say, of consoles, the Xbox Series X and the PlayStation 5, seem like it's going to be different. Well, at least for the PlayStation 5. We're no longer getting Halo Infinite as a launch title for the Series X, but that's okay. I'd rather have a late game than a bad game. Anyway, the PlayStation 5 looks like it's going to have a stellar launch lineup. One title is confirmed. Another title, there's a decent chance that it may be a launch game. But anyway, this is what Eric Lempel, Senior Vice President and Head of Global Marketing at Sony Interactive Entertainment, had to say about the launch of the PlayStation 5. Once you get beyond all the features of the PlayStation 5, which makes it a true next-generation product, it's all about the content. The content that will be in the launch window and beyond is incredibly exciting. I would say that this is the best lineup that we've ever seen in the history of PlayStation. Between our worldwide studios group and our partners from all the different publishers around the world. We've revealed some of that content, and naturally there'll be more to come. But the way that the developers can engage with this platform and create these new experiences with known IP as well as unknown IP is incredibly exciting. Now, Sony has confirmed that Spider-Man Miles Morales will be a launch title for the PlayStation 5. That is huge. That is huge. I understand it's not like a full sequel to Spider-Man that was for the PlayStation 4 or Marvel Spider-Man that was for the PlayStation 4, but it's still going to be a spin-off, a full spin-off, kind of like Uncharted Lost Legacy was, of a great game. So you know the foundation of the game is good, so at worst, it's not going to suck. And they're going to give a remastered version of Marvel's Spider-Man for the PlayStation 4. It's going to take advantage of the PS5's horsepower and features. You get that too for the PlayStation 5. So you get Spider-Man Miles Morales, you get the original remastered Marvel Spider-Man that'll have the PS5 graphics. That alone, right there, is a reason why people are going to buy the PlayStation 5 over the Xbox Series X. And yesterday, Demon's Souls got a rating, the remake got a rating by the South Korean Ratings Board, which means it might not be a launch game, but it's really damn ready to go. And from what I heard, Blue Point Games was intending on it to be a launch game or pretty damn close to the launch of the PlayStation 5. So those are two major games, must-have games, that will at least, I mean, we know that Spider-Man Miles Morales is going to be a launch game, but then you have another huge game, the Demon's Souls remake, that I'm even looking forward to, so I could die 50 times in the first 20 minutes and not play it again, even though I'm going to try to. You have two huge games that people really want. And it's only on one platform, too. Unlike the Xbox Series X, where you can get all the games on the PC. I understand why Microsoft's doing it, and I applaud them for doing it. I know it's a long-term goal, and I have said it's a smart business decision for the long term, but in the short term, it's going to hurt them because there's nothing that's just on the Series X. Still going to buy the console, still think it's going to be great, but PlayStation's doing some smart moves here with the PS5. Now, a lot of times for multiple console launches, there are exceptions like I named earlier on in this video. A lot of times consoles don't launch with really big titles. Why is it different for the PlayStation 5 this time? The 8th gen consoles and 9th gen consoles are the same architecture. Obviously, there's different features and the 9th gen consoles are more powerful, but they're x86 64-bit consoles. Both the 8th gen consoles and the 9th gen consoles. It's like upgrading a PC. When I put a new graphics, if I get a 3090, which I am, if I get a RTX 3090 and put it in my computer, guess what? I just have to tick up the settings. And it's kind of going to be the same thing for PS4 and PS5 games and Xbox One and Xbox Series X games. It's like upgrading your PC getting these next-gen consoles. So that's why I think, at least with PlayStation anyway, the PlayStation 5, we're getting really big launch titles. At least definitely one really big launch title as soon as the system hits store shelves. So, look, man, yes, the Series X is more powerful, but as time and time again has proven with previous generations, it's not about the power, it's about the games. The PlayStation 2 for the 6th generation was the least powerful console, but it was the most successful. If you don't have games, it doesn't matter how much horsepower you have. This is Rich of Review Tech USA signing out. Have a good one. Hey, if you enjoy my content, consider becoming a Review Tech USA member. I'll have a link below in the description. I live stream now on this channel all the time, and it gives you access to cool emoticons to use as well while I live stream. Again, link below in the description. Thank you for your continued support.